Quick start. Better train at the power cab out. Congratulations, you are now operating DCC locomotive control in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Oh, what ho, everybody. Ian here. Yes, I have a NCE power cab DCC locomotive control system. So I've been trying it out. I have my own programming track there, and locomotives, my two DCC locomotives have run up and down the track, even though it's a short, like basically 2 feet long. It's good enough to run up and down the track, good enough for me. So I will now learn more about DCC control. Anyway, it's been an interesting week this week. So we'll go through it. I mean, on Monday, I went down to the gas station in town and measured that up. So here we are working on the measurements. Well, you're getting studio recorded sound here because it was so windy out there. When I reviewed this footage, all I heard in the background was so couldn't hear a word I was saying. So, and when I was there, I was also having a quick word with the owner of the building, and he's very interested in what I'm doing with this. So here we are. I'm around the other side of the building right now, and what was really weird about this was these windows. Even though there's only one window in either side of this small structure, the windows weren't actually in the center of the wall, which didn't make any sense to me at all. But this is why you measure these things up exactly. Yep, it's all going pretty well. I've already had a chat with the owner. He's very interested in what I'm doing, so I guess I've got to work really hard at this to impress the owner as he wants to see this when it's finished. So anyway, what you aren't seeing while I'm out today is the classic cars that are actually driving past. Well, got the camera pointing the wrong way, but I've just seen one turn out of Juniper onto the main street here. So an old sky blue Chevrolet. So must be the weather bringing everybody out in their classic cars today. So I didn't think that at some point a car like that would have filled up with gas here. So cool. I'll tell you what, everybody, this is really hard work fighting against the wind, trying to hold a tape measure up to measure the height of the canopy here. My gosh, this is a struggle. It's quite tiring. It's a good job there's a bar across the road. Now, let's see. So we got 86 plus 10 plus 5 plus 32 plus 7 to the ground. Anyway, right now I'm having to do some clever maths to measure the height of the wonderful sign there. I love that sign. That is so full of character. Yeah, so yeah, I'm never going to be able to measure the full height there. Not very easily. Not without the fire department, maybe. But anyway, so yeah, here's the sign. Here's how I'm working my maths out to get the size of this sign. Now I'm looking at that. I know that the pole is 6 inches square. I know that that sign is the price sign at the bottom is 2 feet wide. And so with those 6 inches of those prongs going up, that's 3 feet. And it looks like that distance across the prongs is the same as the overhang on the co-op sign there. So that means that is 9 feet wide. So I should be able to, with a pair of dividers and a ruler,
I should be able to work out the overall height pretty closely from there. But my gosh, isn't this a wonderful, wonderful site? Well, there we are, everybody. I'm battered and beaten by the wind. I think I'm going to call it a day right now. I think I've got most of the dimension, but of course the handy thing is if you are living only 5 minutes from the subject of your model, then it's very easy to just walk back and get the dimensions you need. So hopefully I'll be able to get started on this project soon. So, well, the next thing to do, of course, is produce a drawing for it, and that will be the next task. And I kind of enjoy doing that anyway. So, anyway, home we go. So, while I was on the way home, I thought I'd stop at the 3/4 Quonset hut, which is run a tape measure over this, and this is really easy. As you can see here, the side is evenly split into threes. It's like 36 feet long with three 12-foot sections there, and that middle section is some 12-foot by 4-foot sheets of OSB. So that, and the door is like 4 feet wide and 6 feet tall. I measured that against myself. So this was an easy job. But I'll tell you what I did notice here when I was looking around the building. Look here, look what we've got here outside. We have a piece of rails. Maybe the siding came alongside this building. I don't know, but what you can bet is a piece of rail is thrown aside from some track. It's not going to be thrown very far. So yeah, maybe we found a bit more rail from the old railway. So that's cool. And if I went down along the other side, there was a railroad tie here as well. So some remnants of the old railway are here. Yeah, I now have all the well, I hope I have all the dimensions that I need for the to produce some drawings for the gas station model. I also measured up, as you can see, I also measured up the 3/4 Quonset hut, which I like. So I'll be able to produce drawings of that as well in the near future. So then basically spent the rest of the week getting the micro model railway dispatch ready for you. The summer issue will be out on the first day of summer, which is what, about the 20th of June, round about then. I've got to fit in the release in with the fact that I'm going up to run a half marathon in Duluth that weekend. So you might get a little bit early, you might get a little bit late, because I'm also actually on vacation for 2 weeks. Going to be out of the micro model railway dispatch office for 2 weeks, so there might not be any videos. And so if anybody emails me, you probably won't hear from me for 2 weeks, but I'll try and keep in touch. So yeah, so the dispatch is ready to go. It's with the proofreaders who are correcting everything right now. So that was it really. And then of course I had to spend time learning how to program and work with the NCE power cap, and well, it all went fairly easily. So I don't know why on earth I didn't go and take up DCC control years ago. That's about it for this week. So thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to give the video a like, and if you're new to the channel, give it a subscribe. There's always lots of good micro layout stuff here. And talking about micro layout stuff, it seems like my suggestion for giving over the videos, this video blog chat once a month to general micro layout topics, has been well received. So look for once a month general micro layout chit chat here. I'll have to find a snappy name for the section of blog chats. Forktwinio sits on Inspiration Point right now. It's taken a bit of a back seat, what with the tariffs going to mess with my buying stuff from the UK. So it sat there on Inspiration Point waiting, and out the other day, out of the corner of my eye, I just saw it, and it sat in front of Tirmasogul, and the rock face of the tunnel wall and Tirmasogul. It just looks like a big mountainside of slate behind the Forktwinio building, and I thought, oh, that looks good. That looks right. So Forktwinio will probably be situated in front of a huge slate spoil tip. So that's why I have things. That's why I have my models on what I call Inspiration Point, because you never know. You never know when the inspiration is going to strike you, when you get an idea. So, yeah, perhaps we will have some developments at Forktwinio in the near future. In the meantime, I'm going to get on and learn about my NCE power cab. And so, in closing, I'd just like to say, build that model, lay that track, run that train, but above all, have fun. I'll see you next time. So where am I going? Programming a locomotive address. Let's see, what have we got here? Remove any locomotives from the track that will not be programmed. Well, that seems a bit obvious, doesn't it? Okie doke. Press prog 4 times. Huh? Okay.